There is a question that scientists have actually studied properly in laboratories with brain scans and everything, and the answer is more interesting than you would expect. Why does ice cream make us happy? Not happy in a vague general sense. Happy in a specific, measurable neurochemical sense, the kind of happy that shows up on a brain scan. And it turns out the answer involves at least 5 completely separate things happening in your brain and body simultaneously, none of which are the one most people would guess. Let's go through all of them. The first thing, and the most obvious one, is dopamine. Dopamine is the brain's reward chemical. When something good happens, when you win something, when you hear a song you love, when you accomplish something you worked for, your brain releases dopamine. It creates a sensation of pleasure and satisfaction, and it remembers. This last part matters. Dopamine doesn't just reward you, it teaches you. Every time your brain releases dopamine in response to something, it creates an association. That thing equals pleasure. Seek it again. This is why ice cream cravings are so specific and so persistent. Your brain isn't just hungry, it is running a program that was written the first time you had a scoop and felt that particular happiness. Neuroscientists at the Institute of Psychiatry in London found that consuming ice cream activates the same pleasure centers in the brain that respond to winning money or hearing your favorite music. The same centers. Ice cream, a financial windfall, and a perfect song are neurologically equivalent experiences. That is not poetic license. That is what the brain scan shows. But dopamine is only the beginning. The second reason is less obvious and considerably more interesting. Ice cream, because it is dairy-based, contains an amino acid called tryptophan. You may have heard of tryptophan in the context of turkey and the post-Christmas dinner sleepiness. That connection is somewhat overstated, but the underlying science is real. Tryptophan is a precursor to serotonin. Serotonin is the mood stabilizer, the neurotransmitter that regulates how you feel over hours, not just seconds. While dopamine gives you the spike of pleasure, the instant hit, serotonin is what makes that pleasure settle into a more sustained sense of well-being. Calm, contentment. The feeling that everything is actually fine. The carbohydrates in ice cream help tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier, which is the biological mechanism that allows it to be converted into serotonin in the brain. So the sugar in ice cream is not just pleasure. It is the delivery system for the compound that becomes the mood stabilizer. Ice cream is a biological argument for treating yourself, and we have the research to back that up. The third mechanism is the one almost nobody talks about, and it might be the most immediately physical. When you eat something cold, the temperature stimulates the vagus nerve, a long, branching nerve that runs from your brain stem down through your chest and into your abdomen. The vagus nerve is sometimes called the rest and digest nerve. It is responsible for regulating your body's relaxation response. Cold stimulation of the vagus nerve lowers your heart rate. It reduces muscle tension. It triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, the system that tells your body it is safe to relax. This is the same pathway that cold water immersion activates, which is why elite athletes take ice baths, which is why cold showers are recommended for anxiety, which is why a bowl of ice cream on a difficult day produces a specific physical sense of calm that goes beyond just eating something nice. Your body registers cold as a signal to slow down. Ice cream is delivering that signal in the most delicious possible format. The fourth mechanism operates on an entirely different system from the first three. And it is the one that explains why ice cream specifically, above almost any other food, has this particular emotional power. Memory and emotion are stored together in the brain. When a memory forms, especially an emotionally significant one, the brain encodes it with the emotional context it happened in. What you felt at that moment becomes part of how that memory is retrieved. which means that when the memory surfaces, the emotion surfaces with it. For most people, the earliest and most emotionally vivid ice cream memories are childhood memories. The ice cream truck, the school canteen, the birthday party scoop, summer holidays. These are memories encoded with a particular quality of happiness, uncomplicated, physical, immediate, that most adults rarely experience as adults. When you taste ice cream now, the sensory experience, the flavor, the temperature, the texture, acts as a retrieval cue for those stored memories. The happiness you felt then gets briefly re-experienced now, not as a thought, as a feeling. This is neurologically distinct from the dopamine and serotonin effects. It is operating through the hippocampus and the amygdala rather than the reward pathway. It is a completely separate source of the emotional lift. Ice cream doesn't just taste good. It time travels you, briefly, involuntarily, and completely. The fifth mechanism is the simplest, and probably the one most overlooked. Ice cream is almost uniquely associated with shared experience. We eat it with people, at celebrations, as a reward shared between parent and child, on dates, at the end of a meal with friends. The social context in which most people consume ice cream is itself a source of positive neurological response, because social bonding and belonging trigger their own set of neurochemical rewards, including oxytocin. The result is that even when you eat ice cream alone, the learned association between ice cream and positive social experience means the social warmth is partially reproduced. The brain has been conditioned to connect this food with connection, and the echo of that conditioning persists even in solitary consumption, which is why eating ice cream alone on a difficult evening works in a way that almost nothing else does. It is not indulgence, it is biology. So, 5 mechanisms: dopamine, the reward spike; serotonin via tryptophan, the mood stabilizer; vagus nerve stimulation, the physical calming effect; nostalgia, the emotional time travel; and social association, the echo of connection. All 5 happening simultaneously, every single time. The next time someone suggests that reaching for ice cream is weakness or indulgence or something to feel guilty about, you now have 5 peer-reviewed neurological arguments for why that is wrong. Ice cream happiness is not imagined. It is not a character flaw. It is chemistry. Here is what we want to know in the comments. Which one of these 5 surprised you most? Was it the cold temperature vagus nerve effect, the tryptophan pathway, the nostalgic memory retrieval? Drop it below. And while you're there, tell us what flavor your happiest ice cream memory involves. The comment section on this one is going to be something. Subscribe if you want more of this. We are just getting started on the science of ice cream, and it goes considerably deeper than 5 mechanisms. See you in the next one. See you in the next.